Hello, everybody. I am sitting down once again with my distinguished, established, very charismatic colleague, George Michail. So,
Hey, Preston. Thanks for having me.
hello. All right. And, look, I'm sorry, but coming into this, before we even clicked the live button, we already had a downvote. So, I don't, maybe it was about me. Maybe it's about you. There's a lot of haters in the comic book world. What can I say? So last time you were here, and I didn't know what project you were working on, so I put up Resilient, which I think wasn't that the last one?
That was the last one. Yeah, that's out
Yes.
from Absolute Comics. But I'm here to
Yes.
talk about Cover Darkness from Source Point Press.
Yes. All right. So now I I gotta say, it bears note, right, that uh, if we go back and listen to the last time you were on, I said I was very curious about this deal you had with Absolute because I was also pondering whether that was going to be rewarding or not rewarding. I will throw out a comment that I noticed last time you were here talk about Absolute, and this time you're here talking about Source Point Press, which would lead me to believe that you feel SourcePoint is better for you, the creator.
Oh, that's a big assumption. No,
That is a big assumption. It's a little spicy. I'm throwing it out there, but I mean, look, right? You last time you were here, you were with Comic Company A, and now you're here with Comic Company S. And I got to think you're a rational guy. So if you were getting a great deal from Comic Company A, wouldn't you still be with them?
I am still
Oh,
with
okay,
Absolute Comics Group. We
okay,
have
all right,
Resilient issue 2. The Kickstarter is going to kick off in like the next
okay.
month or so.
Okay. So I guess my
Yeah, no, I
question
don't
is,
have.
how come Source Point for Cover of Darkness?
Oh well, Source Point is doing like a lot of great stuff. They're sponsoring like New York Comic Con, Emerald City, C2E2. Um, they do a lot of work in the horror genre, and a lot of
Okay.
their fans are devoted to that kind of subject matter. So
Okay.
it's a good fit for Cover Darkness, which is
Okay.
basically Game of Thrones meets Universal Monsters.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. All right. It's a very diplomatic answer. I was throwing you a curveball coming out of okay. It's a very diplomatic answer. All right. So Source Point is the leader in horror comics and Cover of Darkness. How scary is it?
Exactly. Yeah, I think Rise of Dracula, or yeah, Cult of Dracula from Richard Davis was released from Source Point in 2020 as the biggest selling horror comic of the year. So it's a good home for Cover Darkness. That's all.
Okay. All right. What's Cover of Darkness about?
It's about a family in medieval Romania. They get
Okay.
separated
I
from
was
each
about to
other.
say, if you were about to go into a family that can transform into animals, I was going to hold up. All right. So, family in Romania. All right. I noticed families are central to a lot of your stories already. Like, there's a family.
You've heard this pitch before. This is what I was selling when I tabled
Oh, wait, it's
Dixie.
that one? Oh, they
It's
can
that
turn
one.
into animals? Okay.
Yes.
Wow. All right. You haven't you already made like five of those? Five or six?
I'm working on issue 10. Actually, I'm almost
Okay.
issue
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. You put a lot of time into this one. Okay. This is like your
Yeah.
baby, right? I mean, am I overstepping here or is
No,
this?
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been working on this for 3 years now, and yeah,
Okay.
we got a home with it with Source Point Press, and
You've
yeah,
made 10
so
issues in three
uh,
years?
we're working on issue 11. We've kind of had
Wow.
to take breaks because of
Okay.
just finances, right? Like it's all been self
Wow.
financed up until this point.
You sir, are an inspiration. 10 comics in 3 years during quarantine. And that is phenomenal, George. You should be proud of yourself. And SourcePoint should be happy to get a talented creator like you who has a very well established body of work. I mean, 10 comics. Wow. If you're an indie comic distributor, you got to love something like that, right?
Yeah,
I,
I think they're pretty happy with me. We're going to release it as like different miniseries. So the first 6 issues are being collected, and
okay.
yeah, that'll be in stores in January. So yeah, so basically we have like reimagined monsters, new takes on the classic villains. Like we have a steampunk Atlantean, Frankenstein,
Okay.
our
There you go.
werewolves, our Vikings, and within our
Okay.
family there's shapeshifters. So you get gorillas fighting werewolves. It's bonkers.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So fantastic. Now, SourcePoint, what? Because you've crowdfunded and kind of been self-distributing some of these. I mean, right? I mean, you were
Yeah,
you were
I
on
did.
my show previously. about
I
that?
did a Kickstarter for issue 1,
Okay,
and
yeah.
yeah, like last year, and I've been selling it basically for 3 years at
And
conventions.
Source Point was fine with that.
Yeah, they're like, okay,
Okay,
well, that's great because it's more people that know about the series. It's not just coming out cold.
great. Because sometimes, some of the people I talk to, they want to be like the exclusive source of the story. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Going
and
forward, it's all going to be Source Point, so you'll never be able
okay,
to get like the upcoming issues from me just self printed. They'll all be from Source Point.
okay, all right, gotcha. So going forward, it is going to be exclusively with Source Point, and boy, that's a lot of stuff. So January is going to be. How are they going to do it? Because are they going to just launch a trade straight away, or are they going to do it an issue at a time?
Yeah, we got issue 1 drops January 19th, and
Okay,
we've got 2 covers, one by our series artist MJ Hiblin, and
right.
one by legendary Batman and Nightwing creator Scott McDaniel. He's done these covers behind me here.
Awesome.
These are the
Okay.
originals. Yeah, so they're pretty fun.
Okay. Fantastic. So there's no link then for me to promote on your behalf. It's just go to the comic book store, order Cover of Darkness from Source Point Press in
Yeah,
January.
yeah,
Okay.
it's Wednesday. A lot of people are going out to the comic book store today.
Fantastic. All
Go
right.
ask them to bring it in. It's cool.
All right. Um, you got anything else you want to promote?
I don't know. I'm cool to hang out and talk
Oh,
comics a bit if you want.
sure. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Um, so Resilient. Tell me, like, all right, how's that one?
It's
I mean,
yeah, me. I
is
got
that
to
going
meet
to
the
be okay? There's going to be a kick. Now, this one's interesting. All right, and we can talk about this. Source Point is presumably not going to be kickstarting any of these Cover of Darkness.
we may do a Kickstarter in the future.
Okay. Okay.
For
Gotcha.
like
All
a
right.
for like a hardcover or something like that. But for the time being, it's all retail.
Okay. Um, and because my primary money is always going to be on the Kickstarter. So if you're entering into a relationship where now SourcePoint or some other company is going to be saying either no or that'll be our Kickstarter, well, now you're giving up what was money coming to you, and now you're getting maybe a piece of money that's going to somebody else, and that can be a little hairy and stuff. But when Resilient issue 2 is coming out in the summer, I guess.
No, in like December, I think we're going
This
to be
oh
doing
wow.
the
Okay. Okay,
Kickstarter.
great.
Yeah, so it's coming
Yeah.
up pretty soon. I don't
I,
have an
d- I
exact date on that one.
All right. I mean, with Benny it's always a little, it'll be in there somewhere. I'm still waiting on my store covers of White Widow issue 6. Uh as are my backers, I might add. But I mean, okay.
Yeah,
I've started I
the thing with the sharing the Kickstarter revenue, well, for myself, like I've done Kickstarters on my own, and they were
Yep.
pretty small. It was a lot of friends and families, and I'm starting to build a little bit of an audience, but it's not huge. And then I
Right.
did one with Absolute Comics Group, and it was much bigger than anyone I had done on my own.
Right.
And I ended up taking home more money out of that, like personally.
There you go. Yeah, that was going to be my question is what resulted in more money in your checking account? And
Yeah.
you're saying,
So
okay,
like, on the ones I had done on my own, I got like 100% of the profits, but it was less money
yeah,
than sharing shared profits with the publisher.
okay,
So, I'd rather have, half a watermelon than
of
100% of
course,
it. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Okay, I mean, look, it sounds like you're just coming on my channel as you're globetrotting around the indie comic book world, striking up deals and putting out a ton of product. So
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I got San Diego Comic Con next weekend and Emerald City after that. So,
Okay, so wait, you're selling at San Diego?
yeah,
Okay, I mean, how did you get that table?
just kept applying. And yeah,
Okay, all
they
right.
let me
Well,
in.
fantastic. Myself, I don't. Yeah, I've heard too many stories about. Well, San Diego seems like it would be expensive to get into. But I don't know.
It
This is
was.
another one where
No,
I'm
the
going
table
to
fee
ask.
was like not bad, dude.
Not
It
bad.
was
Okay.
it was $300. Like,
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. But travel might be a problem. Or I don't know. I mean, I remember when I went with my daughter just for the experience of going around and talking to people. I got in for free because I make comic books, so I got the pass. But even just arranging to be there, because like San Diego Comic Con kind of sells out all those hotels, and there's a lot of traffic, so transportation costs to that con are, I want to say, probably the highest of any on the US, outside of going to like Honolulu. I can imagine that would be rather pricey too. I hear there's a convention like HulaCon or something. Yeah, and I'm not doing that. But I will. Fantastic, congratulations. I look forward to hearing all about it. Um, you're doing great, fantastic things, George. You put me to
hey, thank
shame
you.
over here with all your. Let me ask this question. So, what do you attribute your tremendous rate of product production? I mean, 10, 11, and then a second one on. So that's like 13 comics in 3 years. How do you do that?
So I have 4 series that I've written in 4 years.
Okay.
And then I'm currently working on 4 projects at the same time. I've started kind of branching out and started collaborating with more people.
Yeah.
When I first started out, I really wanted to like hang on to everything, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be $1 billion idea. I'm going to
All
keep
right.
it all to myself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I see that a lot.
yeah, and as I'm kind of getting more into the business, I'm starting to realize like it's a lot of work to make a book. It's a lot
Yeah.
of money to finance a book.
Yeah.
Let's bring in some other people. They can help me create the project. They can help me finance the project. They can help me get the word out on the project. It's really like a team effort. And if things blow up, great. And if they don't, well, I'm having fun making comics.
Exactly.
So that's kind of been my change in approach. So yeah, we're having a good time with Cover of Darkness. I actually write it with my cousin. Her name's Chris Camp, and
Okay.
she's worked in bookstores like for like 25 years, and we always just loved comic books and nerded out together. So it's like let's do this thing together. So we've been working on it for a couple of years now.
All right. Fantastic. All right, George. Well, congratulations again. We're 2 companies, 4 titles, 2 of them already in comic book stores. You're living the dream, sir.
Thank you, man.
No problem. Well,
And
thanks for
you're
coming
welcome
on.
to
And
come.
go ahead.
Oh, and you're welcome to come on my show anytime you
Okay.
want. Inside Comics. It'd be great to have you again.
All right. Fair enough. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. Remember again, we have Resilient issue 2 from Absolute in December, and Cover of Darkness from Source Point in January. Look at your local comic book store. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.